Okay, good. Okay, so let's call the meeting of the Fargo Public Library Board of Directors to order. First item is to, I guess we should see who's here. So let's just take roll. Is there anyone, there's no one on a call, right?
Rachel said she.
I am.
Oh, there was
okay.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
we'll
Hi,
start.
everyone.
We'll start with Rachel. She's here. Let's see. Carrie Peterson, Jenna Reno,
Here.
Amy Uren.
Oren.
Here. Getting better. Kristen Schipper,
Here.
Carlos Holly. Here. And I am here, so we have a quorum. Let's see. So first item of business is to approve the order of the agenda.
Move to approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, that passes. We'll move to the minutes of the February 15th meeting. And that is something we need to approve as well.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
And all of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Nope. So that passes as well. So we changed the order of the agenda a little bit this meeting because it gives our public a chance to comment right away and not wait for us to get done. We often get done in 25 or 30 minutes, so they don't need to think that we're going to be here till 5 and then comment. So we're moving that up front. And it looks like Whitney's here and may be interested in saying something. Hi.
Hey,
How are you? You're on.
good. I'm on. Hi.
And there's, sorry, there's a clock that ticks down too. So you have like 2.5 minutes or something.
Or it says 2.
2 minutes.
Is it you?
Correct.
Sure.
Okay, wonderful. Hi, everyone. I'm Whitney Oxendahl. I might be a familiar face or a familiar voice because I just served on the library board. I resigned because a few months ago because I got a part-time job and my childcare conflicts with this time. So my kids are here with me at the meeting. First, I want to give a shout out to my favorite librarian. Her name is Lauren. And if you go to her story time, I don't know if you can just attend, but it's comedic gold. So everyone go to Lauren's story time. Number 2, I want to thank you guys for serving on the library board. I know you guys are not paid and you have to leave work early. And I just want to thank you all for serving our community. And then what I wanted to speak on is actually stakeholder input into library policy for the library board side of things. Hi. When I started on the library board, I noticed that maybe some voices were missing in library policy, what we see up here. Thank you. And so the library policy comes to the board in a number of different ways. One, a department head can see something that needs to be addressed and bring it to the director and bring it to the board. Or there's an internal library committee, review committee that looks at it, and then it goes to the director and the board. And what I think might be missing is a voice from an advocate for people experiencing homelessness. So thinking about ways that that voice can be heard, because a lot of the code of conduct policy impacts those experiencing homelessness. So how can we have someone with that lens look at it? Because if you look at staff in the internal review committee, they may not have that experience, or even on the library board, like I didn't have that experience. So how can you get different voices into policy? Thinking about maybe an at-large member of the library board that could sit up there and give input but not vote, or thinking about the succession planning for the library board. Is there a spot that someone from that community can come and sit on the library board? And then also, my last thing is maybe putting the policy through the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion's office to make sure more voices are heard through policy. So that's it. Thank you guys, and thank you for serving.
Thank you. Let's see, Mr. Cohen?
Oh, by the way, I'm Christopher Cohn, Fargo resident. I mean, at the city commission meetings, we get 2.5 minutes, which you can barely get anything in. So what's the deal with the 2 minutes here? Come on.
Controlled up back there, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Materialized out of nowhere? Okay, what I'm here to talk about is that there's a book that I really enjoyed at the library called And Every Single One Was Someone by Phil Chernovsky. And in this book, it had nothing but the word Jew written for the 6 million Jews who were killed in the Holocaust. And that book gave me an idea of exactly how many people were killed, because it's almost incomprehensible. But if you go through these hundreds and hundreds of pages with about 6,000 word Jew on it, it really is profound. So about a month ago, I went back in the library to try to take some pictures of it to put it on Facebook for my friends to look at, and it's gone. So I asked the librarian what happened. He said he couldn't find anything in the records as to why the book is gone, but it's no longer there. And so I emailed Mr. Dirks on February 27th and asked him if he knew what had happened to the book. He never responded. So I did ask the Commissioner Gehrig, who's the liaison to the library board, if he could intervene. And he asked Mr. Dirks to respond. And that was on March 8th. And once again, there's been no response. So, as I've said before, you guys, library said you get rid of tens of thousands of materials every year, and there's no reason checked off for why they get rid of them. But do we even know what happens to them? Could they just walk out the door? But I think the director should respond to any citizen, whether he likes them or not. Thank you.
Thank you. So moving along, I don't see anyone else. Whitney, do your kids want to have comment today? Okay, seeing no one else, we're going to move along to the staff report with Megan.
Hello. I have a couple staffing updates. So we have a new librarian in the adult and teen department, Kiki Salisbury. She started yesterday. She joins us from the West Fargo Library. Another longtime FPL staff member will be moving into a new role. Jenna Lee Canawisher has been promoted to Collection Development and Technical Services Manager. She'll start at the beginning of April. So her current position has been posted and closes next Friday, March 25th. We're doing interviews for the LA2 position at the branches this week and next week. And we have another branch position that will be opening up soon. One of our part-time circulation staff members took a full-time position at the NDSU library. So I expect that position will be posted probably later this week or beginning of next week. On the programming side of things, next month is the 25th anniversary of the record-setting crest from the flood of 1997. So we have a series of events happening connected with that. For kids ages 5 and up, there's the Water Everywhere event on April 4th. That will have hands-on activities and water demonstrations with experts from the Army Corps of Engineers, Cass County Soil Conservation District, and the U.S. Geological Survey, all about flooding and what happens when there's too much water. For grade school kids, there's an event on April 7th, the Raging Red. People that come to that event will watch a short film about what caused the flood of 97 and then learn about the weather that led to the disaster with WDAY meteorologist John Wheeler. On April 3rd, there's an all-ages event that will be held here in the City Commission chambers. That'll have a panel of speakers talking about their experiences of the event. It'll have members of the media, firefighters, city staff, and others. That event will also be live streamed to the library's Facebook page. A few other event highlights. I heard some of the board members talking before we started about the organizing event on April 4th. Just in time for spring cleaning, we have a professional organizer coming in that will teach a session with tips and tricks on how to organize and simplify your life. Next Saturday, March 26th, NDSU's Society of Women Engineers will be leading a Tech Kids Camp. That event is for kids grades 3 through 6. They'll have hands-on activities that do all sorts of engineering, mechanical, civil, electrical. No pre-registration is required either for the organizing event or that testing, or the Tech Kids Camp, sorry. And I also want to do a plug for an opportunity for artists of all ages. September every year is National Library Card Sign-Out Month. This next year, we're going to have limited edition FPL library cards. And to get those designs, we're having a library card design contest during the month of April. So there are 3 age categories, 12 and under, 13 through 18, and then adults. Library staff will select the finalists, and then the public will get to vote on the final designs for those special library cards. So we're accepting submissions from April 1st through April 30th.
Wait, can I get a new library card then with the special artwork on it? That is so cool.
So yeah, the contest is in April, new library cards in September.
Yes.
Any questions?
Is the organizing class going to teach you how to teach your family to keep what you organized?
It's good.
Probably.
Okay. That's always the real tough part.
The Red River events are all just show up, no registration? Okay, great. Anything else? Thank you. Let's see, moving along to director's report.
Yes, quick COVID update, no additional measures from the city or city departments. Currently, we have no staff impacted. And I don't know if, this was mentioned, but the Wiggle Room is reopened. And I know Whitney's happy about that. She's gleeful. Yeah, so it's now open, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Fridays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I guess it was standing room only there this past week when it reopened, so that's exciting. Per my director's report, you can see a lot of hiring activity per Megan's discussion. And if anybody has any questions in regards to my report per the packet.
Any questions? Okay, so we have no unfinished business. We have a couple of new business items. Tim, do you want to do this first one?
Sure. Most of you remember the conversation at the last board meeting, kind of looking at staffing, and kind of came from that conversation was Scott and Carlos are going to work on a letter to city admin supporting the funding of the additional 4 FTEs that have been identified through the staffing analysis. Obviously, to get the staffing up and then get us open on Sundays on a regular basis again. So what you see there per your packet is the letter, and obviously making this part of our budget packet for 2023 with the idea of those 4 FTEs as mid-year funding for 2022. Certainly, we're looking at a meeting with the mayor, city administrator, assistant city administrator. Scott will be there. I'll be there, kind of really laying the groundwork for that work to get those 4 positions, the 4 FTEs funded. So what you have there is, given that this is kind of a formal communication from the board to city admin and the mayor, want to have it approved by this group here.
So, any questions or concerns, comments?
I'll make a motion to approve the letter as written.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I think it looks good.
Okay, go ahead. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so you are equipped, Tim. So,
Thank you very much.
moving on to the next action item, computer use policy draft, if you want to walk us through that. too.
If you see on the second page, the wording in red, excuse me. Basically, what we did is really simplified that for individuals that want to utilize the guest pass for the 60 minutes a day, not requiring ID, library card, kind of removing a barrier for folks that might, be missing those things, but still need access. And it's 60 minutes, and we have capacity to do that. And again, it's just removing barriers that we've been working on per our strategic plan. So that was obviously language identified by staff, and I think it's a good thing to do.
Any discussion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor of adopting the computer use policy?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries too. And we are on to, lost my place, February usage. Tim?
Sure. You can see there, looking at February attendance versus last February is up pretty good, 28%, year-to-date, 74%. Obviously, remove the closure of 21, that's kind of an impact. Programming, we went kind of light on programming while the numbers were still relatively high. So you see that impact there. The volunteer hours, obviously, were the great thing is even with all the disruptions that we've had over the last 2 years, our volunteers came back and are helping us out. And I think that's tremendous in terms of shelving and in terms of outreach. It's great to see. So thank you, volunteers, for helping us out, because they really do a lot in terms of getting the stuff back on the shelf, which is very significant for us. Internet signups, you see that there, and electronic activity per the website. See the comparisons. Overall circulation, you can see compared to last February is up a little over 3,000, and year-to-date up over 21% over last year. So that's where we are in terms of circulation and activity, or usage, excuse me.
Any questions? So moving along to financials.
Sure. On the revenue side, donation summary, you see the $35 unrestricted. 25 was from a patron sent in, and the 10 remaining dollars was someone that donated right at a service point. So a total of $35 there. In terms of the expenditure side, $185 for craft afternoons, and again, thank you, friends, for that. $151 for outreach books from a donation from a patron of someone, a son or a daughter of someone that their parent received outreach services at a retirement community and donated. This is very nice. And $30 a way to go for staff recognition. Again, thank the friends for that, or we wouldn't be able to do it. So that's what we got in terms of the donation summary. In terms of overall budget, you can see with 17% of the year lapsed, we're just under 20%. And that overage in terms of the percentage was really related to the encumbrance of monies that we know we're going to expend on a monthly basis, such as rent, payment to contract security services and other contracts that get encumbered ahead of time. But that kind of evens out as the fiscal year goes along. And then in terms of revenue, you can see through February, we're just a little over $2,300 in terms of revenue.
Any questions? Okay, and I can never remember. The Friends report, is that, you got anything to report there?
The friends, they're putting together a book sale for this summer. More details come. They're excited about that.
They also have a new website. I don't know if they ever had a website before, but
No, it was they just kind of had a kind of a placeholder
Right.
on the city the library's website. But
Right.
now you're correct. They
Yeah.
currently have their own.
What do they have on the website?
not a lot, but you can pay for your annual Friends of the Library membership online now, which is nice. So you don't have to send them a check.
Always nice. Yeah. Anything else?
Do they take Bitcoin?
Not yet.
No?
I don't think so. Not as of yet.
Well, our next regular meeting is going to be when it's just paradise outside, April 19th, and we are adjourned. Thank you.